Do you like cabin in the woods horror movies? If so, did you ever think that the one thing missing from all those movies was a healthy dose of goofy ass comedy? Yeah, I know, but if that does sound like your jam, then I might have something that's right up your alley. Useless Humans is brought to us by Stephen You try it. And stars Josh Zuckerman, Rashid Coda, DeVito Williams, and Luke Youngblood as four childhood friends that get together at a cabin in the woods for their friend Brian's 30th birthday. They begin a night of partying and alcohol-fueled debauchery until suddenly it is interrupted by an otherworldly visitor. From here, they are engaged in a fight to not only save themselves, but possibly the planet as we know it. I had no knowledge of this movie whatsoever until just a few days ago. It's a smaller project and it kind of came out of nowhere. But after coming across it and watching it, I knew that I absolutely had to fit it into the schedule to talk about it. Because Useless Humans is funny as shit. This movie was way better than I ever expected it to be. It's more or less a sci-fi comedy version of a cabin in the woods tale. We've seen cabin in the woods movies about 1,000 times since The Evil Dead came out. But this movie takes that formula and spins it on its head, and it's just fucking great. I laughed throughout this whole entire movie. There's some genuinely funny as hell moments throughout this thing, and the dialogue is just on point. The core story is entertaining enough, but it is more or less a vehicle to get our really likable, funny characters to increasingly funny situations. And in that right, it does a great job. Something else it does very well is setting up our main characters in a very quick, effective way, and getting us to the meat of the story in a fairly quick fashion. The movie doesn't waste any time, but it also doesn't feel like you're shortchanged in the character development department. Yes, it's a comedy, and it takes a lot of it very lightheartedly, but you have a pretty good feel for who these characters are once they all come back together, and that made the experience all the more enjoyable. The performances are just right, and our main character's chemistry is just right too. You believe that these guys are all really good longtime childhood friends, and they bounce the snappy dialogue off of each other like longtime friends do. Everybody here did a great job. However, Rashid Coda's Lewis had some standout, funny as fucking hell moments in this movie. Some of the dialogue this guy spits out, especially about his family, is just laugh out loud fun. And that is something I got a good bit of from this movie. Laugh out loud moments, and that really says something about a comedy. And that is something this movie does multiple times, which is a testament to how good and funny the dialogue really is. There are two agent characters that aren't as fleshed out as the main characters of the movie, and while they were still more or less entertaining, anytime it shifted over to them, you were just waiting for it to get back to our funny as hell main character. That being said, they don't really inhabit that much screen time, so it's not really that big of a deal. The end of the movie, surprisingly enough, actually has a message. Now, this isn't a message that's like super preachy or anything. It's actually kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it is a message nonetheless. But I was happy that that message didn't take over the movie, and it was presented in a pretty funny way. This movie has very high production values for such a small budgeted film. The effects, practical, and CGI all look really good. Granted, there's not like a ton of them, but there is enough here for you to take notice and see that there's a lot of effort put into them. The practical creature effects in particular have a mix of old B sci-fi movie design mixed with high quality modern practical makeup. It's a great look that never looks cheap and really fits the campy yet very high quality vibe of the film. They struck a perfect balance between calling back to those old B movies without actually being a B movie themselves. I had a great time with Useless Humans and was totally caught off guard by how good it was. It moves at a great pace, looks fantastic, has some very likable characters, is funny as hell, and is absolutely worth a rent.
All he wanted was this.
I have to return some videotape.
If you're looking for a funny ass comedy for the night with some really likable characters, then check out Useless Humans. You will have a good time with it. So there it is, guys, my review of Useless Humans. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Clarksville.
I feel like somebody should say something witty and battle ready here.
Maybe we just defy that cliche and save the world?
Let's poke some holes in their plan. There it is.
At this point, who the hell is still going out to cabins in the woods? I mean, who thinks that that's a good idea after we've seen all these situations play out in movies? I mean, I don't know why the fuck people keep going out to them. It's starting to get a bit ridiculous. If you do go, you got about a 50-50 chance of it either turning out to be like a horror movie situation or a porno movie situation. Oh, okay. I get it now. Let me book my cabin in the woods vacation right now.